starting to get out of the worst of the dry air. So, yeah, it's kind of open season out here. There's some warm water. It should start to strengthen a little bit. And I think there's a decent chance that we got a category.
Hi, everybody. I'm Goddess Taya, 4444. My name is Tanya.
Close to the northeastern Caribbean islands, the Leeward Islands out here.
This reading that I'm going to do is for somebody in my energy wants a reading I'm feeling.
And we're going to have some kind of coastal low that's going to develop. This is
They want a reading on love.
But it's also going to influence
do a reading on love.
Jerry comes in here. So if we've got clockwise spinning high pressure,
your love life, which you know, love coming into your life.
What do you think it's going to do? It's going to move up
for Cancer.
Bermuda with this one too, but we're not concerned about the east coast of the U.S.
Oh,
basically. All right,
okay.
Let's hit the CAG real quick here before we get
Let me
we got a couple of minutes.
see what comes out in my card.
Central American Gyre.
If it don't sound right, I will use my tarot. Let's see what comes out. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for my single cancers in love? What message do you have? Smaller areas of low pressure. Okay.
And those can be anywhere. They can be in the Eastern Pacific, they can be in the Western Caribbean, they can be in the Southwestern Gulf. This is usually a setup that happens during the beginning or the end of the hurricane season. It can happen during the middle part of the season from time to time. But, you know, we're starting to get closer to the end of hurricane season. I mean,
what message do you have for my singles in love?
Than what's way out at sea.
In the love life,
now,
in the love department,
that we see something
what message do you have for them?
At least in the next week or so on the Atlantic side.
The
action still
Cancer.
Be on the Pacific side. We've got one little spot here west of the Yucatan Peninsula. The hurricane is going to get a 10% chance for development. Even if it does develop, the steering currents likely take it directly into Mexico.
Cancer.
The US. These have updated, though, the long-term outlook.
All right.
The Climate Prediction Center, and they've actually gone to the pink here.
You have divorce.
Over the East Pacific. But this whole area here...
Signs in your dream.
It's the entire area that can see storms
courting.
During a Central American gyre setup. So
an entity latched onto you. Okay. So some of you all
as opposed to the Western Caribbean and the Southwestern Gulf.
either married
we'll go out a little bit
and getting a divorce.
22nd through the 28th, and it's really,
but
it's more of a toss up there.
You all have gotten signs in your dream about courting.
We've seen a lot of our big storms, especially the ones that we've had
someone, your new love or a love or something. But your ex
and of course you remember those storms
has an entity.
So there's still some
you have an entity latched onto you, which is your ex. Your wife, your husband. It is an entity. Let me explain. Your karmics have entities latched onto them.
During the month of October, schedule your $59 heating tune-up and a portion.
So you're not divorced yet for some of you.
Women undergoing cancer treatment in our community.
If you can, we can. Michael and Son.
Okay.
Entyvio is the only gut-focused treatment for moderate to severe Crohn's and UC. Gut-focused Entyvio
so,
right where you need it to block inflammation.
But you all have gotten
Entyvio offers the experience you need.
Signs in your dreams about courting a new love or maybe your person, your divine person. But the wish is not fulfilled yet because of the divorce.
Symptoms, sores, or prone to infections, liver problems can occur. With Entyvio, you may be able to pay as little as $5.
So you all have to heal
if Entyvio, including the Entyvio pen, is right for you.
From this divorce thing.
Entyvio is the only gut
I'm not calling the person, your person, a thing. I'm calling the situation.
To block inflammation
You know,
in
the
your gut.
divorce
With a
thing.
legacy of more than 10 years, Entyvio offers
You
the
have
experience
to
you need, lasting relief and
let go
steroid-free
of
remission.
that
And some
completely.
people
So you
experience
have to
rapid
heal
symptom
from
relief.
that.
Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen.
Some of you all are intuitive.
Although unlikely,
They
people
pulling
with
on your
brain infection that can
crown.
result in death cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. With Entyvio,
They're
you may be able to pay as little as $5 per
coming
dose.
into
Ask
your
doctor
dream
if Entyvio, including the
to
Entyvio
find
pen,
out
is right for you.
what's going on with you,
Good news. The market's swinging back to
being nosy, nosy ass motherfuckers.
there forever. Don't let someone else beat you to it. Start your search today.
This is for the cancer singles.
The concept is fun. It's spice and coffee. It's going to work. It's going to be great. And then reality is, it's all sorts of things you don't really think about when you're starting a business. So having a platform like Gusto to help me run HR and payroll on a single platform is huge. It's intuitive, user-friendly, it's scalable. Onboarding is like click of a button. I don't have to worry about what taxes are being taken out of the account. I know that payroll's taken care of, and they have my back. Spikes and coffee, it just makes sense. Gusto and payroll, kind of the same thing.
Still sleeping on just a mattress? It's time to add the pod. The pod is a smart cover that enhances the bed you already have. It cools and heats each side, so you and your partner sleep just right, no matter the season. While you sleep, the pod quietly tracks your sleep stages and health metrics to dynamically change temperature. No more waking up sweaty or freezing in the middle of the night. Just better sleep, clinically proven. It's the easiest upgrade you'll ever make, and the smartest. Add the pod to your bed at 8sleep.com.
Okay. So, okay, all right. There are blockages.
What you're looking at right next to me
You
here
have
is a
blockages,
huge
like I
player
said.
in our weather in a lot of different ways. You're going to zoom out and you're going to see this cold
Like I
front that's working
said,
its way across
you
the
know,
Ohio
you
Valley
have
right now.
blockages.
Eventually it's going to get off the East Coast and an area
Your
of pressure
ex
is going to form off the coast, and
is
we're
putting
actually gonna have an
blockages in your way.
to have a pretty solid little nor'easter. That's where I want to start tonight as far as the forecast goes, because I think this has the potential to be a very highly impactful event. Thanks again for hanging out with us here. It is a Tuesday night. I know that because Wednesday is garbage day where I live. We got the garbage out. Life is good. Here's the low that's going to form eventually. So we're talking this weekend. Maybe late this week we start to see some impacts here down along the southeast coast, but really the low doesn't completely come together until we get to this weekend. There is some uncertainty as to how close to the coast it's going to be as it gets farther toward the north, but I am pretty concerned about an onshore flow event where we could have some 40, 50, maybe even 60 mile per hour wind gusts in parts of Cape Hatteras and some of the surrounding areas. And as we very well know, and as we'll cover in a lot of detail coming up in the next block with somebody who knows the area very well, Cape Hatteras does not need any more of this type of event, and unfortunately it looks like it's going to go down. So I talked about the cold front that was sitting over the Ohio.
So some of you know your divine partner.
And it's along that front that this
You've seen your divine partner in your dream. You have been shown in your dream where you're supposed to be.
Is that when it takes this track up
Yep.
the East Coast, kind of riding the East Coast a little bit, slightly off of the coast.
It's been shown in your dream where you are supposed to be. Because your ex never loved you. Your ex never loved you.
About nor'easters as compared to the
They didn't love you right.
flow that we had at the last event when we had those two storms that were off the coast. The good thing about the nor'easter is that the wind will shift directions pretty quickly. So here we go Sunday morning. Look at this, onshore flow. And then by the time we get to, if this all pans out, and there still is some uncertainty with the forecast, we're back to the offshore flow by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. Now, that doesn't mean everybody's out of the water. I mean, you got to keep in mind, this is a barrier island, so this is still going to be pushing water up against the west side of the island here, and we can still have some issues. But again, it's mostly the onshore flow from the east where you get the biggest problems in places like Rodanthe and Buxton, which again, we're going to do a deep dive on coming up here. So I pulled a couple of different forecast models here. This is the European because, again, there's still some uncertainty. We're still pretty far out of the forecast. Feeling pretty confident that an area of low pressure is going to form off the southeast coast. It's going to strengthen a little bit as it gets off the coast of the Carolinas. And then I would say the biggest question mark is where does it end up off of the northeast coast. Here's the European forecast.
Yeah,
model.
okay.
Play this
You,
forward.
some
We
of you are
Saturday,
separated
late in the day, close
from your
to
ex.
developing right
Some
there.
of you
You see
not.
those lines where
Some
the
of you are
bullseye
getting
lines are
separated.
isobars,
So,
lines of constant pressure,
some of
and, the
you,
European actually has this fizzling
no,
down
some
once
of
it
you
gets
are
up to the
getting
Mid-Atlantic and kind of
separated
lingering,
from,
maybe with a pretty decent rain event if it doesn't
some
wanna
of
move
you are,
very much.
some
That's
of
kind
you
of
are
interesting solution.
separated
The GFS
from
has a little
your
bit more movement to the
wife,
storm, and
your
actually
ex,
more strengthening, especially for the northeast.
and you're
by the
getting
time
a
we get to the second half
divorce.
of the weekend and early on next week. I mean, this would be a
Yes,
pretty
you
cool,
are.
full-on nor'easter, minus the snow, of course, but this would be a nasty onshore flow and some very strong wind. Our hurricane expert Brian Norcross had some thoughts on the uncertainty in the second half of the forecast for this nor'easter.
Mm.
Monday, the models are kind of all over the place.
So you could come into union with your person.
The north of wherever
But
that is. Look at this. The European says it's down here. The GFS says it's way up here.
no,
The AI model
rephrase
says
that.
somewhere in the middle. North of that, you're gonna
Some
have
of
this
you are
onshore
making
push. In this
plans
case, the
of
GFS
getting
says it's all
a
the way to New England.
divorce.
If it's the European, this is going to be more in the mid-Atlantic, maybe even the Outer Banks. So we're a little uncertain about that next week.
Making
But it
plans to
continues, is the
separate.
point. Then things start to move away on Tuesday. So this is
From your
Yeah,
ex.
totally agree with those thoughts there. And just to give you an idea of how strong the winds could be
So,
if this really pans
disregard
out,
the
about 40 to
union
50 miles
thing.
per hour, maybe even some 60 mile per hour gusts.
Oh,
Unfortunately, Hatteras,
yes,
the place that
yes,
uses the least,
yes,
is gonna be the place that's the most susceptible
yes,
to some of those strongest wind gusts with the way that this is panning out.
yes.
All right, back to the big picture, the cold front, and I want to talk more about what it's doing right now as opposed to
Okay.
what it's going to do this weekend. What a difference a couple of days can make. On the left side of your screen, look at all those people that were playing in the
Ooh.
water there. You got the kids in the water. It was close to 90 degrees in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Again, that was on Saturday, a little earlier today.
Some of you all
Well,
are,
the water's not really
are,
running,
are,
you
are
know, you
getting
don't see people playing in it. It's not
recognized.
fun to be in the water in Minnesota when it's 63 and the overnights have been down in the 30s. Just not quite.
Some of
an
you
experience there.
are
But
getting
here's your
really
cold front, and it's comfortable. And
recognized.
again, you can see it pretty nicely on here. And if you want to know exactly where it is, I mean, you can sometimes can look at the wide
Those
view and get
people
a
that
general idea of
those
where
who
the
are
clouds
in my
working
energy
through. But if you want to get
and this
geeky about it,
resonate,
the real way to determine
you
exactly where the
know
cold front is
who
is
I
look at
am
where the
talking
wind shift is.
about.
Out ahead of the front,
When I
out
say
south.
you
Behind
are
the front,
being
you'll have
more
out of the northeast or
recognized.
the northwest or something like that. And so I pulled the surface wind here. Again, not
You
a
keeping a
massive amount of
positive
here,
mind.
but we like to get a little bit
You
geeky
are
with it.
keeping a
But here's
positive
south wind,
mind.
here's your northwest wind. So somewhere between Dayton and Columbus, it looks like. It's probably Dayton on here, yeah. Is about where I would analyze this front right now. Another pretty cool thing, you can actually see it on radar. So I pulled the terminal Doppler here. This is the airport radar for the Dayton airport, which is a little bit north of Dayton. So the radar site's right about here. And you see this little kink in the line over here? I believe that is actually the front that you're seeing. If I take this back a little bit further, you can see it in the greens, or at least at the very beginning of this loop. There's your front, and it's going to start to move down toward the south. So let me move this a little bit forward. Yeah, there you go. You can actually see the front a little bit right there. How cool is that? And I did try to pull some data from the Columbus. Oh, look at this. You can see it really nicely on here. This is some new data right here, actually. So, yeah, the front, just a little bit north of Columbus right now. You can see it right there. And the other interesting thing is it's not a perfect line, you know, like we often draw it out when we're on the wide view, right? So the front itself, it actually, you know, it can do some little kinks here. You know, when you actually
Okay.
look at what's going on the surface, not always a perfect line. You can also see it pretty nicely when you look at the 850 millibar temperatures. This is over the last 24 hours, just to really watch how that batch of cold air has come in behind the front. And you can also see how the front kind of elongates a little bit.
Some of you
as it goes
can't
down into the
sleep
Ohio
at
Valley.
night.
It's
So
taking its time working through, but the
I'm
temperatures
feeling like
been,
some of you,
quite a bit on the cooler
some of you
side,
are having a
than,
spiritual
compared to the last
awakening.
24 hours. 24 hours ago, it was almost 20 degrees warmer in Detroit.
You may be
In the
working.
next
Look
couple
at.
of days, the lows are gonna be
You may
pretty
be
darn
waking
chilly,
up
to say the
certain
least.
hours
So
at
something to be
the
prepared
at
for.
night.
Tomorrow morning, not going to be too bad along the East Coast, but by the time we get to Thursday and Friday morning, you're really going to
That's a time to really
Now,
get
there's also
with
some rain, obviously, associated
Jesus.
with the front. We've had some flooding issues from Memphis,
Okay.
Louisville.
Get with Jesus. Talk to him. He want to talk to you, okay?
Areas, right? So we had the front itself, that came in from the west, and then we had this area of tropical moisture.
Yeah, like I said, some of you are married, getting a divorce, and some of you are separated.
A little bit earlier, this was put out on social media by the mayor.
Not getting married, but you're married.
Kentucky, you can see some heavy rain there. So that's how much rain we've
I did cross that out, didn't I?
The overall
Didn't I cross this out? Getting married? Yeah.
And a lot of them have been along that Ohio River there, up around Louisville. There's Louisville.
Okay, some of you all are married and getting a divorce.
Now, here's how much rain we have from here on out. So the worst of the rain, the heaviest of it, is over.
You all want something more?
The Ohio Valley. You get farther toward the northeast, and that's where we're going to have some more significant rain. Now, this is not going to be a massive amount of rain. I'm not particularly concerned about flooding.
Fairies are all around you. Angels, fairies.
The air is dried out too. That's why we
be careful what you ask for, though.
And then the warm
be careful what you ask for. If you are asking for your divine counterpart, and you know who your divine counterpart you was told in your dream who your divine counterpart is. When you talk about your divine counterpart, don't say your divine counterpart's name, because they're entities that's coming in your dreams. You need to protect them. Coming in your dreams and hearing who you're asking about. So just say, my divine counterpart. Do not mention no name. No name at all.
Now, we also need rain farther toward the north. You guys actually kind of missed out on the heaviest of the rain in northern Indiana, northern
Keep
Ohio,
that to yourself.
But here's how this is all going to pan out. So we'll just take you to the future track on it. And remember, this is the cold front that's eventually going to form the coastal low off the southeast coast by the time we get to the weekend. But look at this. This is a look we haven't seen in a long time. When's the last time
For some of you, the gemstones
it's been a while. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it?
that your karmics are getting
I always forget to put the
and trying to protect themselves.
And so when I know it's going to rain, I call my wife.
Them gemstones is bringing out a different side of them. In other words, their energies is counter-reacting to them. Them gemstones is not reacting to them the way that they want the gemstones to react to them. The gemstones is causing backfire. And I'm going to tell you, when them gemstones cause a backfire, it's worse. It's worse on the karma. Yes. That I know myself. No, I'm good. I'm talking about some people that, had gemstones that I knew of and was in my life.
Knows the area very well. I've got a lot of questions. You do not want to miss this. Hang tight. Fox Weather Night will be right back.
Give me a minute, y'all. I'm doing something.
Having 6 kids? Not exactly simple. Having 6 kids with chronic illnesses? Definitely not simple. That means on top of finding one TV show they'll all watch and making one dinner they'll all eat, you have to manage countless prescriptions and medical checkups. Luckily, you've got CVS Health as your healthcare partner to manage specialty medications, provide walk-in appointments, and keep track of it all in the CVS Health app. Life's not always simple, but we can make it simpler. CVS Health. Healthier happens together.
Behind every BP fill-up, thousands of people across America go to work every day. People producing energy offshore. People turning it into products at our refineries. People doing R&D to make products that are better for your engine. People trading and shipping fuels to their destinations. And the people who help you at one of BP's growing family of retail stations. They're part of almost 300,000 jobs we support across the country. Just a few of the ways BP is investing in America.
Creating something new starts
Okay.
with coming together, exchanging ideas, not just words written down on a page. Building knowledge.
Your comments are being haunted.
Because everything moves. Places, people,
So,
perspectives.
some of you know.
So you need this to ground yourself.
Wow.
To make it make sense. When it's
And they're
you
crying,
need to be there.
of course.
If you know luxury, it's not just a word. It's rewarding. Southwell Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is
Okay.
crafted in a
KKK
American
member.
factories and brought directly
I'm
to
reading for a lot of
people
cancers now.
home delivery and setup service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend
So
Southwell
these
for
wives that
luxury mattresses made of
We age because our cells do.
they are
15 is
hooked
the
up
first and
with
only
KKK
pure
members
a crucial nutrient that actually reverses
and
aging
didn't
at a cellular
even
level.
know it.
56 and a half, and I want to
Yeah,
and look my best.
the Lord is trying to wake you up
Fatty 15 has
and
over
let you
36
know
cellular
who
activities that support metabolic,
you are
cognitive,
supposed to
liver,
be
red
with,
blood cell, and
but
immune health.
it's your
Get yourself what they've been
choice
missing. Use code TV for 15% off your order at fatty15.com.
whether you want to take this spiritual journey or not.
Gotta pay myself. Thanks.
Yep.
Hi.
And I'm hearing that some of you
So relaxed. Things have been great. My hair's
that
going back.
has a KKK member at
It's just me. Nope. They hired her first
the
employee.
person that
Correction.
you're supposed to
Team of
be
4.
with
Correction. Team of 7.
is black.
It's beautiful.
Grow your business with gusto. Welcome back to Fox Weather at Night. Well, I'm sure you've seen a lot of these videos over the last couple of weeks. We've had
What is
a couple
this
of
for?
different situations this
Holy
year
Spirit, what
led
is that
to,
for?
some pretty significant coastal flooding, especially along coastal parts of North Carolina, Cape Hatteras.
Okay.
We've seen all the houses that have gone down.
So,
Buxton in particular,
somebody
in the
want to
last couple of
know
years. You know, we've
if
seen a lot
they
of,
have an
road-type
STD,
situations
a
also
venereal
up in
disease,
Roanoke,
a
which is
sexual
little bit,
disease.
farther toward the north.
The answer is
Buxton kind of
no.
right at the elbow of Cape Hatteras, by the way, if you're not familiar with
Your
the area.
comic
And
didn't
we're
give
maybe a
you
little bit
a
farther toward the
sexual
north, but,
disease.
man, this has generated a lot of, a lot of people having some pretty strong thoughts on this, saying, why would people build there in the first place and all this kind of stuff. Let's bring in somebody who knows the area very well.
But
Don
they're-
Bowers,
Ooh.
Free Press, a photographer there. He also does some
They're
freelance
mad
work.
and
So I
have
think the guy
someone
lived down in this area,
scrying
he's
for
lived
you,
down there for
so
a while.
they are going to a witch
Yes, sir.
doctor,
I
a
moved
high
in
priest,
66.
a high priestess, or something,
It seems like we've been
or
the
someone
a lot lately,
that
but
knows
it's like here on the sandbar.
uh,
So we're getting through it. And
divination.
anywhere else, really.
So you said you moved down there in '66, and so that was probably before some of these houses were built. So just give people an idea, for the people that feel so strongly that
Again, protect yourself.
What did it look like from the houses, like from the area that they were built, when they were built in the '70s, '80s, even the '90s?
Right. Well, when you come down to the island, ironically, this last storm, the road wasn't closed, and you would never know that this damage was taking place because it was consolidated in about a 1 mile stretch of the beach in the village of Buxton. A lot of those houses were built in the 60s, 70s.
See, your
80s,
person was
90s.
all about that
I
clout.
personally lived in one of them that's sitting in
Like
the water right
they
now. It can go down.
they making the money or
But when we
something.
lived in that
So
house,
I'm feeling
we
like
had
there was a
probably
gold
50
digger.
feet of beach in front of the house, and then we had a double view, and then probably 100 feet of beach.
Now they
after
want to
that.
try to bully you.
And prior to Hurricane Aaron,
They want to try to bully y'all.
Aaron, but prior to that, we haven't had a house drop in Buxton since the 70s.
Wow. So I'm curious what the actual physical thing is that's happening that's taking these houses down. Obviously we've all seen the video of the high surf, but when I look at this video, it's not like the waves are hitting the actual houses. Obviously they're up on the stilts, maybe you can explain the thinking behind the stilts and exactly how that kind of building takes place for the people that aren't familiar with the area, and what is the actual physical process that's taking down these houses over the years?
Well, part of the problem and part of the root of the problem is back in the late 60s, they put 3 jetties in to protect the now defunct Navy base that was there during the Cold War. And they put a 3rd one in kind of near the lighthouse area. And over the years, those jetties have started to
I
deteriorate.
saw a comic
But
in
those
here.
jetties did hold the sand there in Buxton. And despite the island, retreating in a lot of other spots, the little bump in Buxton held up until those jetties started deteriorating. And then now we see that there's a lot of holes in them. 2 of the jetties are pretty much useless. And then the last one standing has several holes in it. And just coincidentally, the erosion rate started picking up after that.
It's so wild to see the amount of erosion that's taken place over the years. A little bit earlier, we talked to someone from the academic side, Reed Corbett. He's the executive director of coastal studies over at East Carolina University. And here's what he had to say about just what we need to do long term.
Tell me about this, Holy Spirit.
Right, so these aren't going to fix the problem long term.
What is the Pearson feeling?
For other areas along the Outer Banks, we need to think about how we remove these most vulnerable homes from their current property. That's the only way we're going to get out of this situation. It's not simple. I get that. These are people's homes.
Ooh.
So we need to figure out how to manage that and get these people in a safer location.
Okay.
Deconstruction for these
Some of y'all
because the hardening of the shoreline will not
has
fix
been getting a
long term.
very piercing feeling.
Is it feasible to
It's
actually
strong.
move some of these houses? And if so, like, how is that even doable?
It's your ancestors, your angels, letting you know
They're rental houses.
that
So
your
yes,
ex
it's feasible as long as the
has
owner
deep
the
hatred
property that he can
for
put it
you.
on. Now, there's existing houses that are in the water. You can't get the equipment around them now, so they're kind of vulnerable through the rest of the hurricane season and through the winter right now.
Oh, oh. And they're in the Coven group, y'all. They're in the Coven group. That Coven group is getting backfires immediately. They get backfires whenever they do them. They're getting backfires.
I didn't mean to cut you off there, but we got another soundbite from Reed Corbett there over at ECU talking about just the erosion over time. Listen to this.
Not everywhere on the Outer Banks is this.
They're stalking you.
This area in Buxton is a location that is extremely vulnerable to erosion. It has been vulnerable to erosion since the island's been there. This is not a new process. Again, we have seen erosion.
But you all know right now you're being tested.
After decade after decade. And so
you're being tested with your strength. You gotta be strong and work with it, okay?
Many years. Maybe not at this rate. Maybe we didn't expect it to happen this year.
These are emperors. This an emperor. Male or female, you know.
Do a lot of people plan
it's an
for this?
emperor.
I mean, what's the planning been like over the last couple of years? Because I'm sure people have seen what's happened in Rodanthe. You know, the issues have started in places like Buxton. Obviously, it got pretty bad.
Your person is addicted to alcohol. That's one. I'm hearing. That's one reason why you're getting a divorce.
We're completely surrounded by national park. So when we have to deal with something here, we have to go through the feds as well. And
yeah, they're gonna be on their knees.
So when you see places like Virginia
they
Beach,
are on their
New
knees.
Jersey, New York, all these other places that also suffer from erosion, it takes us a lot longer to get anything done.
Your person is a fast talker too.
Your colleague there at East Carolina,
because they
see on the front line here that are when our jetty deteriorated.
They're fast talker.
That the erosion
I'm gonna just say that.
So perhaps if we can rebuild the jetty, tighten up a little beach,
yep.
have a sand hole there.
They're making deals with others to do spell work on you.
Where we can maybe do a permanent job or to get these houses moved or things like that. Yeah, but right now, the erosion rate in that area is really bad.
I mean, and people forget, you know, it's easy to kind of sit on the outside and say, oh, what are these people doing building houses here? We knew this was coming, et cetera, et cetera. But these are, you know, in some cases, they're people's homes, they're vacation homes, whatever it is, and people have put a lot into them. And I think the perspective is important from some of those people. Here's a resident who actually watched some of the North Carolina homes collapse there along Cape Hatteras. Here's her perspective. Listen to this.
They started collapsing, and it was like a domino effect. When one went down, they just started going down like crazy. And I was more concerned that somebody was going to get hit by flying debris than anything else, because, you know, that wind was very, very strong. We definitely saw Mother Nature's fury that day, and it was a creepy sound, hearing those boards hit everything.
Yeah, that's got to be jarring to see in person for sure. Don, we're a little short on time. I want to get your final thoughts here. First off, you know, what do we do as far as cleanup goes? And then, you know, what
deities deities are turning on your climate.
Everything's been in place to clean up the Park Service, despite the government shutdown.
Okay, so some of you are fully awakened. Some of you are fully awakened. Yeah. So some of you are fully awakened, but you're not ready to come in the union yet.
As far as the Buxton area, we're more concerned about the wave height. Most of the storms we get here.
Yeah, your comic celebrated too early. They thought they had you.
As well. So like I said, this is the first time we've had a house go in Buxton since the 70s.
Right where they wanted you. They thought they had you.
The beach is very, very fragile right now. There's really nothing temporary we can do to protect those houses that are threatened right now. But as far as cleanup goes, people are doing an outstanding job here. This community really, really comes together on times like
some
this.
of my cancers are divine.
No matter where the problem is.
They're divine. Okay.
I cannot thank you enough for the time tonight. I've been wanting to
So I'm feeling like some of you all have been working on yourself.
At some point, well, hopefully we won't have to have you back, but I have a feeling with this coastal storm coming up, it could get a little bit.
I'm hearing for a few years.
Thanks again.
Hey, thanks. Good night, Ari.
All right, we got to talk about the king tide situation that's going on. The tides are a little bit worse than usual. High tides are higher than usual. Low tides are lower than usual. It's all along the southeast coast. And we've got the coastal storm that's coming up. Katie Bird was live in Charleston earlier today.
If you recently had a loved one that passed, they were sacrificed.
So close to sea level. And residents say they've noticed the water here looking higher and murkier than usual.
The water level here is really high up. It's not normally like that, and it's been flooding. Not on Kennedy Street.
But I'm also hearing they're now your angel.
Normally with like any rain, there's flooding around here. Just not where we live. It seems like there's like a current.
Yeah, you all setting your intentions.
The high tides and showers
okay,
already prompted
good,
some road closures
very, very good.
Minor flooding and ponding in low-lying areas. The usual hot spots locals know well.
Some of you are doing your moon ritual, and I can feel your energy.
We had a storm roll through last week, and then of all this weather, kind of a low pressure system, so it's been kind of rough out here. You gotta expect it when you live here in Charleston. There's a lot of just
they want a second chance with you. Don't give it to them.
Even if it's not storm.
No.
So there were a couple streets closed off. I noticed towards Lockwood.
I said no.
An area that floods as well as
don't give it to them.
some areas off of King Street.
If God didn't already showed you in your dreams who you're supposed to be with, you better stick with that person. I told you they want you back.
Protect this city from flooding by raising and reinforcing this wall several feet higher. In Charleston, South Carolina, Katie Bird, Fox Weather.
At the agency at National Harbor, we're here to help you achieve financial security and peace of mind. Since 2018, we've been a trusted pillar in the community, offering free consultations.
Their friends are even leaving them.
Financial knowledge. From college planning to retirement, we specialize in financial planning.
Your person is praying for you.
Let us help you build a secure future.
Yeah, your divine person is praying for you.
There's a new way to retire. With Bitcoin IRA, you can invest in crypto.
You can't make a fake account.
Giving you more ways to diversify and grow your retirement.
To keep an eye on you, to spy on you, or they have other people spying on you.
Your portfolio and pay less in taxes. Setting up your account is fast and easy. It only takes 3 minutes to get started. Take control of your future with Bitcoin IRA. Opioid addiction gets between you.
Yeah, you're not interested in them, so they're not getting that second chance. Some of you just spiritually awakened.
Adults started on an oral dose of buprenorphine or already on buprenorphine. Sublocade is just one dose that lasts all month long with no complete detox required. Buprenorphine should be started after the first signs of withdrawal. Sublocade may cause harm or death if injected in a vein. As an opioid, it may cause serious life-threatening breathing problems. Ask about naloxone for opioid overdose. Get emergency help right away if you're faint, dizzy, sleepy, confused, have problems breathing, seeing, or talking, or if naloxone is given.
Yeah, you're a genuine person.
Alcohol or other drugs, including street drugs. This can cause severe drowsiness, decreased awareness, breathing problems, coma, and death. In emergencies, tell medical staff you're on Sublocade for opioid dependence. This isn't a full list of risks and side effects. Talk to your doctor and read patient label for more information. If you or a loved one is struggling with opioid addiction, visit Sublocade.com.
More space. I feel like I'm suffocating.
Oh no. Is this the episode with the breakup?
How do I find the money?
Okay, let's simmer down there. Y'all need Realtor.com, the app the pros trust most. With over 500,000 new listings every month.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there, Cancer. But that's what's going on in your love life. You done got knowledge. You done got signs in your dream about your divine person. You have gotten that sign in your dream who your divine person is. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. You all, have a nice rest of the night, sweet dreams, and I'll get back to y'all later. Get back with another reading later. Bye.